Hello, my name is Marc-André. I'm a developer at the ImpressCMS project. Welcome to the third session of the ImpressCMS Persistable Framework webcast. During last session, we saw how to create a module in a few minutes. And in that video, the module we've created was My Clients. So basic module managing clients. Every client have a few fields like client name, email, phone, and creation date, and a few common fields like it counter, HTML line break, etc. So today for session 3, I would like to show you a few things on how to edit or improve, start to improve right away the module you've just created with I'm building. In order to do that, the first thing I'm proposing to show you is the actual structure of an IPF module, which is very close to any ImpressCMS module. So I'm currently in module My Client. So this was the module that was created via I'm building last time. So you can see a few folders and a few files. So let's see just a little bit about each of those folders. First, we have the admin folder. Everything related to the admin side of the module will go in there. So for example, when you are in the client's interface in admin, this, of course, indeed is in the admin folder. So every object you manage in the module will have its own file in the admin folder. The block folder will hold all the blocks information. For now, we don't have any block in our module, but if we did, we would have seen files under the blocks folder. Class will of course contain the classes of your module. Every object in the module will have a file. So for example, for now we only have client object, so we only have the client.php file. If we were to create any custom control form for this module, they would be available in class form elements. Of course, images for the images of the module include if the module include any file. Now, one file is particularly important is the common.php file. Common.php is always included wherever you are in the module, whether it's on the user side or the admin side, it's always included. And basically what common.php file does is set a few common things for the module to be able to load properly. We can discuss that in a future session. Language folder, of course, you will see one folder for every language. We currently have only English. In the English folder, we always see a few files, and this is the same for every module. Admin.php will hold all the constant related to the admin side, constant related to the blocks, any common constant. A common constant would be a common used either on the user side or on the admin side, of course. Main.php holds only the constant needed for the user side, and mod info are the constant related to the definition of the module itself. Templates will hold the actual templates of your module. Now, every IPF module comes with the index, header, and footer.html. This is common to everything. Every time you're on the user side, the header.html will always be included, and the footer.html also. So this of course will be the information on top of the module, and footer will be at the bottom of the module. We also have two templates for every object. So for example, for the client object, we have my client. This is a template that will manage the user side of a single client as well as the user side of a list of clients. Admin client will be the same but for the admin side of the module, and it will also include form to create and edit the actual client. Finally, a few other files at the root of the module. Every object we create will create a single PHP file at the root of the module. This file will be controlling access to the client, listing the client. We also have a few common file for comment. So if we were to enable comment in our module, it would be required those files. We can discuss that in a later video. Footer is always included. Also, header is also included. ICMS version hold the basic information about the module, the definition of the module. So, is the module is using a user side? Does it has an admin side? Does it has the search feature, comment feature, notification? Everything is in ICMS version.php. Index.php is the root of the module, the first file that's going to be called. And usually in IPF, what we're doing is that the index.php file will only redirect to the default object of the module, which is client.php in our case. Some CSS file here, finally a file that is needed for notification update, and the basic RSS.php file, which is not functional, but you have the basic code to do it yourself. Probably in a future version of I'm building, it will be there. So let's start and try to edit a template to see what we can add. First, let's go here in the module itself. So when we go on the module, we are arriving on my client's client.php. This is the file that it's called. And it is simply listing the actual client in the module. Let's see what is the template managing that. So we are in client.php. So we know that it's going to be my client client.html that powers this page. And opening that file, we can see that first it is including the header, and finally it will include the footer. So for example, if you are adding notification or comments, everything is done in the footer, so you don't have to actually do anything yourself. It's simply called on every template, so you don't need to bother about that. If we have a look at the template, what it does is first it's asking, okay, are we on a single client? And if so, we'll list the information about that single client. If not, we'll see, are we listing a client table? And if so, we'll list this table. And actually for now, we are in this. We are listing a client table with a H1 title and the actual table itself. Just for example, we can add a p tag saying this is the list of our client. I'm going to save that, refresh this page, and it's there. So simply, this is where you would edit the actual template itself. And we could add something after, like for example, we could just copy that after the table itself here, and we'll have two instances of that line. That's it. Now, if I want to edit the actual template of a client, of viewing a single client, let's click on my first client. Now I'm on client.php, but with a client ID parameter, so I know that now I am in the like the page of an individual client. For example, let's say, okay, I want to show the phone only if there's an actual phone. If there's no phone, I don't want to show this line. So let's see how we can do that. So we are currently here. We are displaying a single client with the client name and then the email, the phone, the creation date. So simply here, what we can do is so if there's a phone, then we'll do this. But if not, then we will not display it. And if here. That's it. And let's, for example, put a phone, admin, my client, phone 555 555. Saving this. Let's go back into module, my first client, and it will be displayed, of course. So this is where you would edit the actual template. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time in the fourth session of the IPF webcast. Thank you.